that abortion should be illegal. I hope everyone's having a good day so far. Matt, you better not leave me at first.
I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here.
Okay, good.
Let's see about this person. Hey, Green Top, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Oh, thank you. And Maddie, thank you for the $100.
Oh my God, Maddie, thank you so much
Maddie.
for coming back. Wait, we have a Maddie the Baddie.
Hold on. She has a message.
Green Top, do you think...
Happy birthday, Maddie. Thank you so much for the love, too. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot.
It's her birthday?
Yes, it's her birthday.
Happy birthday, Maddie. Let's get some W Maddies in the chat.
Yeah,
Some happy
Maddie.
birthday Maddies.
Yeah, Maddie, look at your email. Isn't it amazing? Yeah, that's amazing. And well, thank you so much, Maddie. It really does mean a lot. Like, I can't thank you enough. Okay, so Green Top,
Are you pro-life?
Yeah, I would be pro-life here.
okay, I will let her take it away.
Do you think that it should be illegal to get an abortion? Or are you just pro-life?
Damn, that's a tough question because I do believe in certain circumstances, definitely abortion should be definitely optional for my thing, like a child, you know, like if a situation happened, I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm insinuating.
Like
I don't really,
rape?
yeah, that.
Okay.
In that case, I definitely do believe that should definitely be an option.
Okay.
But I guess for me, it breaks my heart when I see a lot of people, older people, that are just so happy to get an abortion when, you know, they did it with themselves. You know what I mean? It just hurts my heart.
So, so explain to me, like, why you're pro-choice. Or, sorry, pro-life. Sorry.
Because you know, babies, you know, they're babies, and they're, you know, I just had my baby 6 days ago, and you know, I don't know why people would ever want to destroy that in them, you know.
Well, I mean, I think that there are a lot of reasons that people, you know, may not like be ready for a baby. I mean, there's lots of reasons. Is there, like, would you say that, like, you would have more of a cutoff for an abortion type thing? So, like,
Yeah, if like if something came up and they were like, are you for abortion, or is it illegalize abortion or legalize it, and there's no choice, I'm all for illegal in it, you know, making it illegal, definitely.
Yeah.
If there were an option between the two.
okay. But so let's say, like, is there a time period within the pregnancy that you would be okay with an abortion happening? So, like, before 6 weeks?
Man, that's like really tricky.
So, I mean, the picture that you're looking
It has
at,
to be
this little
cells,
Cheeto
like
looking.
straight up cells, like straight cells. Like this, it has. I think this is like a little bit too old for an abortion right there.
That's
you know.
too old for you?
It's got to be like a circle cell thing that, you know, it's got
So
to be
this is
straight.
a 28-day-old.
That's
embryo.
way too old. Yeah, it's got to be like within the days, week type deal.
So typically women, they can't even find out that they're pregnant.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing. You don't find out until like a month at minimum, you know. Yeah. I mean, there's things to prevent babies, and that's the thing that you know, women, you know, because women can only get pregnant. You know, they you know, there's you know, those things that you can get to prevent babies. I know not all of them work, but you know, there's plenty of things to prevent. And yes, babies can come as an accident, but I mean, it's life, you know.
Sure, but I mean, so is, you know, skin cells or, you know, bacteria in my mouth. Those are also alive. And
Yeah, that's not human.
I mean, there are like human cells and stuff. Like, what about what you
Wait,
are
did you just say that those aren't human?
Yeah, bacteria. Oh yeah, 100%. You know, they don't.
Oh, you mean bacteria? Okay, I didn't meant like skin cells and stuff. I was like,
Oh yeah,
wait,
no,
what?
no, 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 no.
Um, no, you're good. So, I mean, most abortions happen because of failed contraception. So, whether or not, like, maybe the condom broke, or maybe they missed a pill or didn't take it on time, or like, there's so many reasons why that could happen. So, like, does that make it like, so are you saying that the woman is kind of at fault for having intercourse and getting
Absolutely not. That's both parties. That's a male and a female thing.
Okay.
Definitely, you know, definitely not just the woman there. You know, it takes two to tango.
I appreciate that. Most people like to just put it on the woman, so I do appreciate that view of it.
That's absolutely no. That's no. As a man, you should take responsibility for things like that. You know, and that's just how I was raised. You know, but.
Sure, but I mean, what about like, so what you're looking at, that has there's no brain function. There's literally nothing happening other than some cells dividing, and cancer cells divide. Like,
Yeah, and that's what people see, but for me, what I see is potential. You know, like what that could have been a person that I could meet. You know, that could have been a person I could have said hello, somebody I could met. You know, it's just potential with life. You know.
so then should we let a 10-year-old drive and drink because they have the potential to be 18? They have the
Absolutely
potential.
not. No, because I mean that's a completely different circumstance we're talking about here. I mean,
But, I mean, those are more likely circumstances that they're going to get to those ages versus this thing. Did you know that it's about 20% of all pregnancies that are known end in miscarriage, where your body flushes it out naturally?
yeah, and that is something that happens. But you know, if just you know, if it's gonna happen natural, it happens natural. You know, things die. And if that's what that was supposed to do, then that's what it was supposed to do. But if I think abortion is kind of like killing, you know, taking just straight up kill. I mean,
Like, are you saying like murder?
well, obviously it's not murder because you know people don't because murder is a crime, and it's not a crime in this country, or I don't know about any country, but abortion is not a crime currently.
Well, it is in
Can't be a
some
murder.
places, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
In the
There we
States,
go.
so.
I was gonna say I didn't know if it was or wasn't.
Yeah, which is part of the problem. Like, and I think so. Why then do you get to say whether or not a woman has to go through this? Like, I think that it's fine to have your own morals and to have your own viewpoint on this, but why do you get to decide for another woman whether it's right or not for them to have to go through it?
Well, you know, the truth is I don't have to decide. You know, it's gonna happen no matter what I say or do. I just like to share my opinion. You know, just to try to
Sure.
tell people the
But I
potential.
mean, but I think that, like, I think it's harmful in a way to say, like, that, this is a killing and, like, that this is so bad, because then it gives, like, and I appreciate that a lot of your views that you have, like, you don't think it's murder and things like that, and that it takes two to tango and things like that. Like, I do really appreciate your views on that. And I think that those are, like, quite important views to hold to. A lot of people that are pro-choice don't, so I do appreciate that. But I think that even just holding to the fact of saying, like, that it's such a bad act, like, do you view people who get abortions, do you view them negatively? You're muted. I'm assuming you know that, and I'm assuming that you had something to deal with, but
I'm so sorry. My baby she just threw up again, and it's the second hour. I got this thing called pylorix, and it's a thing that we need to be worried about.
you can go deal with your baby, and you can always come
Gotta
back.
go. I'm so sorry. You guys have a wonderful night,
No,
and thank
it's
you
all
for letting
good.
me share
Your
my
baby is more
opinion.
important.
And you guys have a good night. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you take care of your baby, and you can always come back. Alrighty. Is there anybody else? I know that some people are wanting to come up and also have things to say. We're just not doing a panel today. So it's just going to be mostly just me, but me and Matt here. Matt, is there anyone else in the box? I don't know if I have. Matt, Bible. Sometimes if you just say Bible, sometimes it gets his attention. One moment. He left me high and dry. Everybody tap the screen. Let's try and get this live out. We only have about 50 people in here, so let's tap the screen, share the live, and if you disagree with the topic, then come on up. I don't have access to bring people up at the moment because he did not give me access. If there's any mods in the chat, then
I'm here.
thank you.
Wait, are you not?
I don't have access, no.
Oh, you don't? Oh, okay. Let me.
Oh, Jord, Matt is not paid by the DNC.
Hey, if you think I am, come on up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can
Oh, you do have guest access.
why doesn't it let me?
So go down to the guest box, and you should be
Yeah.
able to. It should.
I have
No one's in the
modify,
box,
which
so
is for
that's why.
me. Well, I
No
have
one's in the
modify.
box, so that's why.
Oh, okay. Jord, please request. Please request. Do you think that Parker or anybody is paid by the DNC? Elise, this is Matt's girlfriend. Matt is also here. He's just in and out.
Pride,
Maybe we-
come on up, Pride.
Yeah, come on up. I wish that. Oops. Oh, I should have probably restarted my app because it's being silly. That's okay. Jord, please come up. Can you?
No,
Can you-
Pride. How about you come on up?
What? Oh yeah, I mean both
No,
of
why don't
them.
you come on up? No, why don't you come on up?
Either
Come on
one.
up now.
Both. Can you send them a request?
Yeah, I think so.
We're not coming to your house.
Yeah. Weirdo.
Absolutely not want to be around you. This is where I choose the bear. Tap the screen, everybody. We might have to change topics for a little bit.
There is one person in the guest box, but they are like a parody account. I'm not going to add them up.
Yeah. Aw, thank you so much, Annie. That's really sweet of you. Tap live, everybody. I appreciate all the likes that we're getting. We're at 1.3 at the moment, so I appreciate you guys so much. Trying to get this live sent out so that we can have some people to debate with that are, as I like to call, anti-choice. Pro-life is not giving choice to the actual human that has to go through this whole process. Aw, thank you, Elise. You guys are all so sweet. And if Maddie is still here, W Maddie again. Happy birthday, Maddie. We appreciate you so very much. Matt, maybe you need to show your face because people are missing you.
Maybe I'm missing me. I mean,
You look good today.
okay. Agree to disagree, but okay.
There you are.
Okay. No lighting, but you can at least see me.
Oh, but you look good. Yes, Matt is just a man of knowledge. The best.
If anybody wants to come up here and debate, be sure to do it now, because if we don't get anybody on really, then we'll have to either do a restart or we'll have to wait until maybe less people are on because there are creators on right now who are probably hogging the bandwidth.
Thoughts on the Hawk tour? Oh, I'm not gonna. That's just silly.
Thoughts on Hawk to a
Yeah.
Harry? Wait, Hawk to a Harry video?
Yes.
Oh, the Harry video. I mean, it was funny. I mean,
Yeah.
what else want me to say about it? Like,
Yeah. See, views are going up. They missed you. People love you. See? Told ya. Maybe we need to do some God talk for a minute.
hasn't got talk. Come to live, everybody. Well, actually, I think what we need to do is we do need to bringing the band link down more would be good.
I also think, isn't it a thing where if you get someone up like immediately, it doesn't go as well? I know that Parker had said that like when he told
Oh, I
me.
didn't know that. So, I mean,
I could be wrong. I have no idea.
no, I don't know either. Hi, Claire. How you doing?
Do you want to discuss God for a minute? Because I mean, those people don't believe in abortions.
I mean, we can change the topic to God if you want to. I mean, and then they'd be like, oh, like a quick switch.
I mean, we could do a quick restart and do God for a minute and then switch back.
Totally up to you. I mean, a restart may or may not do much, honestly. So it's totally up to you. Because what time is it? 4:18. So it all just depends on how many other people are alive and stuff.
Can you do a quick poll? Can I do a quick poll? The heart or the little happy face things?
Oh, Parker just ended, so people will probably come here. I was like, yep, I see it. I see it going up.
Did he get banned? Oh yeah.
No. He's coming back, but it's just like people decided like to hop in here real quick, and it's going to go shoot up, and then it's going to drop right down. Yeah, he's restarting. Yeah,
Oh, he's restarting. I see.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, welcome everybody who's here in the meantime. Good to see everybody.
Sword, please come up, please. Intermissionary Parker raid. Yeah.
Yeah. The Parker.
I mean, hey, that's fine. Come in here, see if we can get some people to disagree, and then we can.
If you all disagree, hop on up. If you want to talk about anything else, really, you can talk about God. You can talk about anything to do with abortion. Like, it could be anything.
Can you do the little quick poll?
Oh, the
Happy face, sad face.
yeah.
Because I don't know how to do that.
All right. What do you want the smiling face to be?
Smiley face is we continue, or should we say either talk about God for smiley face, or should we say do a restart? I don't know.
God, smiley face, restart, crying face.
Okay, yeah. All right, everybody, put a smiley face for talking about God topic for a little bit, and then sad face for just like a little restart, and we can try either this topic again or do the God topic or whatever. Looks like people are wanting God because they know they want you.
Yeah, I feel a lot of God.
Because everybody loves you.
The God topic. All right, that's going to be. I'm going to have to change the background.
I'm making him work now.
You are like literally making me. Wait, hold on. Oh, that's Harry. That's that Harry guy. Harry guy, go away.
I still don't like. I even when he got in the box, I
Wait,
still.
hold on. Who's this person? Hold on. Let's see. Are they going to load?
No. Maybe.
Oh, there we are. Hey, Josh. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Do you disagree with the topic?
Or are you wanting to talk about God? What do you want
Yeah.
to talk about?
Or do you want to talk about God?
Yes, I definitely disagree. I'm pro-life.
Okay, well, there you go. Okay, so have at it.
I think abortion should be outlawed.
Outlaw.
You think it should be outlawed?
Absolutely.
And why?
Because it's unliving human beings.
Do you think it's murder?
Absolutely, it is.
And what do you define murder as?
Taking of an innocent life.
Of an innocent life, so like any innocent life, so like animals.
For not made in God's image.
Matt, I knew it was going to go this
So
way.
this is religious for you.
Yes.
Wait. I just read this, Matt.
Yeah. Okay.
For 2 seconds, and then you can have the floor because we know that this is for you. So, is it strictly about God that determines your morals on this?
No, it's called being human, and no human should take the life of another human being.
Okay. So, do you think that, Matt, can you move your head for 2 seconds? Do you think that little Cheeto deserves more rights than an alive mother who has a life, had a life, is going to continue having a life?
They both have equal dignity and worth.
How? Why?
Because we're both human beings.
I mean, but that thing could be unalive naturally. They could have a miscarriage. They could, like, why does that get more rights than an already alive thing?
Miscarriage is not an abortion. A miscarriage is something that happens naturally, like something that wasn't done with malice aforethought. So they are two separate things.
I don't think that you would say, like, I wouldn't say that there's malice behind getting an abortion, especially what if the mother's life is at risk?
That's different.
How?
That's done with malice aforethought. If it's done to save the mother's life, then that's not an abortion. That's a rescue operation.
It's a rescue
Wait,
operation.
but hold on. But you argued that both the fetus and the mother have equal worth. How do you weigh two competing interests that have equal worth?
You do whatever you can. You don't abort the fetus. You try to do an emergency C-section. You try to do everything that you can.
Well, you can't
Hold on,
do a
that's not
C-section
true, though.
on that thing behind
Hold
you.
on, but that's not true though, because let's say you have a pregnancy that is that you know will end. It will be terminated because it's non-viable. But by your logic, because they both have equal value, do you do everything in your power to save that life of that fetus at the detriment of the mother? Because both of them can't be equal. Because in like one case, you'll have one instance where you're trying to save the other, but the other's life then goes down. And then you got to save that one, and then that other one's life goes down. So, like, how do you balance that? Because one of them will end. And so who do you choose? Why are you prioritizing the mother over the fetus when they both have equal value under your logic?
You try to do everything that you can to save both. Both are human beings made by God. But if you can't save them both, you try to do whatever you can in the hope that the mother can try to have another baby.
So what if you know that the fetus would survive, but the mother would for sure die? Who do you choose?
If a fetus would live but the mother would die,
Yeah.
I see that would be a personal decision for the mother and the father to make.
Yay. So now there's a choice. But what if you were in that situation? Do you choose the fetus or the mother?
If it was me, I would choose the mother.
Why? Why does she now have more rights when the fetus would live?
Because we have two small children and they need a mother. We can always try again, but I can
Not
take
part of your
their mother
logic,
away
though,
from
Josh.
them.
See, you said 10 minutes ago that the fetus and the mother have equal interest, equal rights, and they are of equal value. So why are you prioritizing the mother over the fetus? Why not try to save the fetus, and then if the mother becomes unalived or dies as a result, then that just happens because they both have equal value. But do you see how your own morality tells you that you should save the mother and not the fetus, right? Because that's what it's telling you inside, so that you know from an intuition that this being right here, this thing right here, is not of equal value. Because you chose to prioritize the mother over it, even though you said that they both have equal interest and equal value.
Well, most abortions ain't done because of that. Most abortions are done because of self-interest.
I'm not talking about most abortions. I'm talking about your logic and the reason why. You said that the fetus and the mother have equal interest and equal value, but every time that you've had to choose, you have chosen the mother. So it's obvious that your intuition's telling you that the mother has a higher interest, is of higher value than this fetus is, because you choose that person to stay alive over the fetus. Because if it was the opposite, you would choose the fetus. But you would not say, right, let the mother die, but let the fetus live, right? That's not what you're going to say.
Okay.
Right?
I always said that there should be the medical exception. That's the only exception you should have for abortion.
No, but that's still going against your logic and going against what you just said, which is what Matt is explaining. If the two have equal value, one is going to live, one is going to die. Which one do you choose? The one that's going to live, right?
Yeah, but that's not done with malice aforethought, though.
But there's not malice in the fact that they're doing, like, if a mother is doing it for, the sake of, like, if the fetus is non-viable, or if they're in a circumstance that it would, like, ultimately hurt that child going forward because maybe they wouldn't have food to feed the child. Maybe, there's so many different circumstances, and it's not malice when you're choosing to do something for the right reasons. Like, why would you call it malice for someone to do something to, like, have less harm in the end?
What's wrong with adoption?
The adoption is, like, incredibly overwhelmed right now and adoption is not always the best option. Kids stand.
Josh, how many children have you adopted?
None.
Exactly.
Why?
Thank you. So you proved my point, right? If it's so great, why haven't you adopted 3, 4, 5 of them, right? Why haven't you done it?
I have 2 kids on my own.
Yeah, no, but hold on. You are encouraging women to not go to abortion and instead to go to adoption. Why don't you put your money where your mouth is, and why don't you adopt 5 children? Save those children, right? Because you're so concerned that you want those women to give them up for adoption. So why don't you go out and adopt as many as you can? Because you're so concerned, right?
Well, I may not be able to adopt, but there's probably 3 or 4 more couples beside me that would love to adopt.
There's not. There's not. People want babies. They don't want older children. Like, it falls off after about 3 or 4 or 5 years of old. We have a huge influx. And Jessica, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much, Jessica. We have a huge influx of people that want babies, but none of them want the older children, which is why we have a backlog of children. You just want to put more children into the system, but then have nobody to, like, go and take care of them, and then they get stuck in this system of abuse and neglect and all that kind of stuff.
So, to save them from that, you would rather unalive them. Is that what you're saying?
I would rather have free medical care, such as planned education, birth control, all that stuff to not even get to that point. But if we get to that point, I want a woman to have the right right, have the right to be able to terminate it. I am a pro-sentience, so that's my view. I think somebody should be able to do it prior to sentience. Prior to sentience, I don't give a crap about whether or not a fetus is there or not, because I care about that overt conscious experience.
There's nothing wrong with birth control or anything like that. I'm not. I think that that's, if you guys want to do that for right now, that's perfectly fine with me.
What?
But that's not what we're arguing, though.
What?
You're arguing for that it should be criminalized and outlawed. That's, I mean, I'm assuming that that's what you believe in. So it does matter to you, actually.
If abortion is because you have a one night fling or something like that, then yes, you unalive your child and you should go to jail.
So, okay, so are you saying basically somebody goes and has pleasure, the consequence is having a baby, correct?
Yes.
So you're saying, so I would like you to go up to somebody, hold on. I would like you to go up to somebody and tell their child, somebody that, wanted to get an abortion but couldn't, look at that child and say, you are only a consequence. You are actually just a punishment to your parent. You weren't wanted. You're just a punishment.
Why would I do that?
Because that's exactly what you are saying. You are saying that the child is a punishment for having intercourse with somebody.
Look, it's about consequences. If you smoke, you could get cancer. If you have intercourse, you can have a baby.
Does it mean that you should get cancer if you smoke?
No.
So why should you have a baby if you have intercourse?
Because you can if you have intercourse.
And you can get cancer if you smoke, but should it happen? No.
But if it does happen, you should have the consequences.
But then, so are you saying that, okay, fine, let's grant you that. So you knew the consequences, sure. You get cancer. Now you're not allowed medical care at all. You're not allowed to get treatment. You're not allowed to do anything because you knew the risk. Is that what you're saying?
That's basically yes.
So if you get cancer from smoking, you are not allowed to get any sort of medical care.
You achieve the action, you accept the consequences.
So I want you to repeat then, if you get cancer from smoking, that you are not allowed to receive medical care.
If you get cancer from smoking, you shouldn't receive medical care.
That's crazy.
Wait, yeah, that's wait. So what about diabetes?
I have diabetes.
Millions of millions of Americans have diabetes.
That's not caused from smoking or anything else.
It's caused from a bad diet. You cause it, right? Unless you have type 1 diabetes or gestational diabetes. If you have type 2 is caused by your habits. Do you have type 2 diabetes?
I inherited my diabetes.
So
No, that's
you
not
have
the
type 1 or
question.
type 2?
Type 2.
Okay.
So then are you receiving
insulin
medical
for you.
treatment?
Sorry. You know what, Josh? You don't deserve insulin because you did it to yourself. Sorry.
How would I do it to myself? I eat healthy all the time.
We know what causes type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is not not genetic. It is caused by habits. It's caused by what you eat, what you put into your body, and it's caused by you having such a high blood sugar level that your pancreas becomes not sensitive to insulin anymore. So I'm sorry, but you caused your own diabetes, and by your logic, you do not deserve to have insulin. So
Or any medical care for that.
yeah, so I'm not going to give you any medical care. So when you develop a diabetic neuropathy, a retinopathy, nope.
Really, and two, what's the difference between getting cancer and unaliving a child?
Well, we're talking about it being a medical necessity. You said that you want to deny a medical necessity in the case of the abortion, but in the case of the cancer, if someone who smokes get cancer, you're like, well, then they don't get health care. I'm saying, sorry, but like, I know that most cases of type 2 diabetes are from bad habits and everything, and I'm going to say that you, Josh, don't deserve it. Sorry. I'm making that determination that you don't get any health care to help you with your diabetes. See how stupid that sounds? See how immoral that sounds? That's what you just said about cancer patients.
So you can unalive someone and get medical care because you met somebody on Tinder and you had a one-night affair. Okay, I got your logic.
I don't care about that.
Did you know that a lot of abortions are not because of that circumstance? A lot of abortions actually occur with people that it's a long-term partner, or because circumstances change, or like there are so many different things that happen that can, lead to this, but a lot of them are not actually from like one night stands.
Again, what's wrong with putting a child up for adoption?
Oh my God.
Or getting,
How many kids do you have that are adopted?
that's not a relative argument.
It absolutely is, because you are saying that women should force women to go through something that changes their body. I mean, you said you have kids. You've seen the way that pregnancy can change a woman's body. I mean, there are so many different things that can happen during pregnancy or after pregnancy. A woman's life is at risk just going through a pregnancy.
If me and my partner had got pregnant, we would absolutely put that child up for adoption.
Okay, that's you, but that doesn't mean, so what if this person's husband just died, or, something traumatic happened, or they're in a circumstance where they no longer have a house. They no longer have access to medical care. I mean, I'm sure that you understand how expensive it is to go through things with pregnancy, of getting prenatal care, of going to checkups, getting ultrasounds, and that's just if things go right.
So instead of spending money on childcare, you would spend that money to unalive them.
You would put the money towards something that is helping a woman go through something that she did not ask for. You can consent to one thing and not consent to another. For example, if I get into my vehicle, I know that there is a chance I could get into an accident. If I need to drive to the pharmacy, let's say, to pick up my medication, not anything to do with abortion, just my medication, I know that there is a chance I could get into an accident. Am I consenting to getting into an accident? Am I consenting for somebody to hit me? And
No.
I am?
I said no, you're not.
No, exactly. So you can consent
But
to
you
one
run the
thing.
risk.
What, sorry?
But you run a risk. It's just like, if I get hurt when I'm racing, I run a risk. I don't want to get hurt, but I know when I go on the racetrack, if I get hurt, I can get in a crash or something else.
So then,
I take that risk.
so let's say you get in a crash, then you don't get medical attention. That's what you're saying. You cannot get medical attention.
No, because it was an accident, and you
Yes.
should get medical.
Exactly my point. So let's say I grant you the fact that, sure, you know what, you are pro-choice, fine, whatever, but why do you think that law should be involved? Why do you think that government should be involved in a choice between a woman and a doctor? Why do you think that the government gets to be in the room with doctors and patients?
I'm not. If a doctor says, if you don't remove this fetus, you can die, that's a woman's choice. It's when she goes it and does it because of, she had an affair or her
Why do you
birth
think
control.
that it's always
doesn't work.
this like awful thing that like this woman won? I mean, that's just we make women out to be these monsters for having intercourse with people, but we make men out to be these like,
No,
"Ah,
it's
good job,"
men's fault too.
Pardon?
It's men's fault too.
Agreed. I agree with
it
that.
goes both
I can agree
ways.
with that. But what I'm saying is, like, what about the fact that, like, it doesn't, let's just say you don't know the reason. You don't know the reason why this woman needs an abortion. Why do you get to say that it is illegal? That you can make laws to make it illegal? Because
There's laws about murder on the books already, and that's what abortion is. So it should be legal.
But I'm saying but you're saying that it's not, like, if a woman needs it, then it's not murder. So you
If-
can't have both.
If a fetus could end up unaliving the girl, that's self-defense. That's
No.
different than murder.
No. If I take away the thing that is keeping this thing alive, so let's use brain death. So let's say somebody is brain dead. Are you allowed to unplug them from their machines?
If they made a choice, yes.
So you are deciding that you get to unplug them from their machines. So you are unaliving them.
If they made a choice saying, hey, if I'm ever on a machine, just go ahead and pull a plug.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do you get that choice? But in this circumstance, it's different.
The fetus don't get a choice.
It doesn't have sentience. It doesn't have a
It's a
brain to
human
think.
being.
What? Sorry.
The fetus is a human being.
So is the person in the bed that is brain dead. Are they not? Are they not a human being? The person in the bed?
The person that's brain dead made the choice. The fetus didn't make the choice.
No. They didn't make a choice. If a young person, let's say, a younger individual, something awful happened, and now they are brain dead. Did they make the choice to become brain dead? No. Are they able to make a choice to unplug themselves? No. There's no choice that they are capable of making. So what is different between that and an abortion in this sense? Because they're both human beings. They're not.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
The fetus didn't do anything wrong.
Neither did the person who's brain dead.
True.
So what's the difference?
The person before they became brain dead could have said, look, if I'm ever in an accident, I want you to pull a plug.
But let's say that never happened. They did not say anything before that because they never expected it. You never had a conversation with them. They have never stated whether or not they wanted them to be, for the plug to be pulled on them. What is the difference? They did not get a choice. They're not making any decisions. You don't know about any decisions or anything like that or thoughts that they had towards it. What is the difference?
The fetus is not brain dead.
A fetus they are not sentient in the exact same way that the person who's brain dead is not sentient.
The person who's not, the fetus is different than the person on life support.
How? That's what I'm asking you. What is the difference?
The fetus is in the place it's supposed to be.
What?
I don't know how to explain it.
Because there is no real explanation for it. Like, that's the thing, is that you can't say that they are different in that sense because they both do not have sentience. Neither of them have sentience. neither of them are able to make choices in this circumstance, but one is affecting another human who is alive, conscious, has sentience, has past, present, and future sentience, and they are allowed to make a choice. Just as though the person who unplugs the person who's brain dead makes that choice. What is the difference?
It's not done with malice and forethought, though.
It's not done with malice in the sense, like, neither case are done with malice. They are both in the case of doing what is best for that situation. In the sense of the brain dead patient, they are no longer there. They're no longer ever going to be there. It's going to cost thousands of dollars a day to keep that person on life support, versus a fetus who does not have sentience, does not have any sort of like ability to live outside of this mother. And yet, you know, it could be a really bad circumstance that they could maybe be born into. So I would say that it's not malice if the mother is doing it for the reason that it would actually be more harmful to have this child in the end. That's not malice.
I think it is, because I have a friend whose mother was on her way to abort him, and his adoptive parents basically were out there pleading with her to let them get adopted. And
But
he
that
is
was
like,
their choice. That was a choice. What I'm saying is, why does the government get to make that choice versus
so what you're
those people?
What you're saying is, if the adoptive parents weren't there that day, his life don't matter, because his mother would have walked in there and unalived him.
I'm not
But
saying
his
that
life
his
does.
life doesn't matter. I'm saying that it is the mother's choice, and it was the circumstance that was like the circumstance that was around that allowed him, that specific human being, to come into this earth. But I don't think that it would be wrong if, what about somebody that is, it might not unalive them to go through the pregnancy, but it could really, really harm the mother. They both would still come out alive, but the mother would be in a much worse spot, physically. For example, I have a lot of issues with my own body, and there's a good chance that, I would have a lot of things would be dislocated, and I would have long-term effects that, could never be helped. And so I would be in a way worse spot that maybe wouldn't even be able to take care of the child properly, even if I wanted the child, let's say. But I am now much more harmed and can't provide as well to this child, versus doing what's best for me and not having this even happen at all. Women who get abortions are not doing it just for fun. It's
So-
malice when they're doing it for the betterment of their life and this unborn child's life that never had to even happen.
So the people I see coming out of Planned Parenthood that's saying, I ain't got to listen to you, I've already had 4. Them people are doing it for not selfish reasons.
So the amount of people that are having more than one abortion is actually not this crazy high amount. Most women who get abortions, it is their first time getting an abortion. And then after that, hold on, let me find, I have the exact for you, but I mean, they've done studies where they look at all of these different things where
I know a woman who's had 5 abortions done.
sure, but that's not the normal, that's not, sorry, not normal, that's not the average person. That's not like, that is somebody who is an exception. Right? Like, that's
There could be 100. So what you're saying, there could be 100 women like that.
I mean, sure, but how many women are there in the United States?
Millions.
Exactly. So, like, there's always going to be exceptions to anything. But my point is, go ahead.
It really comes down to your personal responsibility. You have to know the person you're with and have respect for that person before you make the choice to have intercourse with them. It's not just girls' fault, it's also men's fault. It is totally, I'm not blaming girls for this. It's boys are just as responsible.
But why is it the woman's like responsibility then? So it's a two-way thing that creates this, but then the woman bears all of the responsibility. Right?
And that not really. You can sue the guy for child support.
No, but I'm saying it's using the woman's resources, it's using her body for 9 months, and then afterwards there's childbirth. So whether that be a C-section or a natural way, that takes a whole toll on the woman's body. That man doesn't have to be around for any of it. Sure, money, can be involved, but that has nothing even remotely close to what the woman has to go through. So why? Go ahead.
I have a question real quick.
Absolutely. What's up?
About that situation. So let's say the woman wants to get an abortion. Mm-hmm. But the father, he does it. He's like, hey, please have our baby. You don't have to take care of it. You don't have to do anything. I'll adopt it and I'll raise it. So what you're saying is the father doesn't get a choice in that situation?
It's not using the man's resources for 9 months and making physical changes to their body. I understand that, that would be very difficult, but at the end of the day, again, it is not using that person's resources. And
it's just
go ahead.
It's just that women have special murder rights.
That's not, no, I'm saying.
Yes, they do. If a guy slips you a RE-48 6-pill without your knowledge, he gets charged with murder. But if you do that exact same thing on your own, it's perfectly legal. It's perfectly fine.
Because there's consent involved. If a
have special murder rights.
No, because a fetus is not this living being that can have its own thoughts and feelings and all of these things. It's something that depends upon the mother's resources. And if you took that fetus outside of the mother, it would not survive anyways.
Well, so does 6 months olds, 9 months olds, 3-year-olds. They're all dependent on the mother.
But not in the same, like they could survive, like you said, they can be adopted. They have other means of survival that do not depend upon that mother being there, giving their resources through their own body. Sure, yes, there's like breastfeeding and stuff like that, absolutely, but you don't need that in order to survive. Right? Like you can do formula, you can do other things like that, right?
Exactly. So why should someone have a right to unalive their child?
I'm not saying I'm not saying a child that is born and is alive and is outside of the womb and all of that stuff, because that's different than if I took this fetus, especially this little Cheeto that you see in the background, if I took that outside of the mother, it would not survive.
Well, because it's not developed enough.
Exactly. So that is what I mean by, like, it takes different resources from that mother. But my point still stands is why, again, going back to the law, why is it up to government to decide these things and not between the mother and, you know, the man and the doctor, those type of things? Why is it up to government? Because the amount of women that are harmed now has increased dramatically. And these are women that wanted to have a child. These are women that like should be getting medical care that are not able to because of these laws. So why does the government get to make these laws?
I'll agree with you. Some of them pro-life laws are poorly written. They don't say, okay, if it's not going to live, you can go ahead and remove it. Or if it's going to make the girl not be able to have any more children, go ahead and remove it. There need to be clear definitions to where you can get treatment. I will give you that.
But the problem is, so like, here's an example. I'm just going to give you an example of a story that has happened. So this was a woman who went into the ER, I believe it was in Texas. She went into the ER because she was experiencing bleeding, vaginal bleeding, and she was feeling unwell. I think she was like 12-ish weeks along. So she was like far enough along. She wanted this baby. So she went in for help. When she went in, because of the laws that are there, it is hard to prove that the doctors aren't somehow giving these women abortions, because if this woman leaves and this woman miscarries, then there's still a chance that the woman or that the doctor can be found guilty of saying, well, there's no possible way to prove that I didn't give you an abortion and that this was a miscarriage that happened normally. So they turned her away because of this. And she was in the bathroom of this ER, like at an urgent care clinic, bleeding out. She started to hemorrhage. And the husband was freaking out. They still wouldn't touch her because they were scared, again, because if she miscarried, there's no way to prove that they didn't help with an abortion in some way. And the husband called 911 and said, hi, I need an ambulance. And they said, where are you? And he said, I am in the urgent care bathroom. And they were so incredibly confused. This woman miscarried that day because doctors couldn't help her, because they refused to help her, because they were scared of the legal repercussions that came from that. Like, that's horrible. Don't you agree?
It is.
Like, these are women that want their babies. There was another one that, again, it was the same sort of thing. She was turned away because she was vomiting and didn't feel well. She was turned away. Sorry. She was turned away. And because of that, she miscarried in her car. She wanted this baby. And this baby died because of these laws. Like, these are horrendous, horrible, horrible stories that, like, that's the problem when it comes down to when we talk about law and we talk about things before Roe v. Wade. Like, these were things that would have been protected and that doctors could, help these patients, but they don't want to, because in Texas, I think it's Texas or it's Arizona, one of the two. I'm pretty sure it's Texas. In Alabama, abortion will, if you are caught giving somebody an abortion, it's 99 years in prison. Like, doctors don't want to touch these patients because they don't want to go to jail for the rest of their life. And rightfully so. Like, but this is leading to not only women dying, but these babies dying that they wanted. Like, it doesn't even come down to necessarily whether you think that, a woman that sleeps around should get an abortion or not. It comes down to these laws that are, like, actually harming women and children and all of these people so much more than before these laws happened.
Well, that's why I said the laws need to be written clear and better. And
Sure, but, like, so then should it be like a federal thing where they come up with, you know, a woman, like you said, a timeline or whatever of like these different exceptions, sure, but like, how do you write it in law other than what we had with Roe v. Wade, that these women aren't getting hurt? Like, do you think it should be federal or do you think it should be state?
I'm not really sure. I'd probably say federal.
Okay, that's fair. I think that that's the best way to do it, because that's when like things are more clear and yeah. So like that's my whole point here, is that I can understand that people have different moral choices and different moral things. I can totally understand that. But that is between you and that person, like between you and that situation. But when you start involving law, you start harming so many more people. And not only are the people that are in these states, these doctors are leaving these states because they don't want to work in a place that they can't help their patients, like that they have to literally watch these patients be unalived because there's nothing that they can do. So like, that's why when I say that it comes down to law, it is so scary to say that it's up to them and not, you know, up to the doctor and the person involved.
Yeah, I think we can, like, I think this is something that we're never going to come together, but I want to thank you for talking with me and showing me your respect, and I hope I showed you respect. We all
really respectful. I really appreciated our conversation. It was actually a very good conversation. So,
I mean, I think you're a wonderful person.
well, thank you.
I disagree with your beliefs, but I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to say, well, you're a horrible person because you think this way. No, it's just something we disagree about, but it's good that we can talk about and see, you know.
It's good to have these open discussions that we can talk about these things that, you know, people might not know about. Like I was, you know, saying these stories that are like, it gives more knowledge to people. And yeah, when you have these respectful conversations, it can go a long way. So no, I do really appreciate our conversation that we had.
All right, Josh. Well, have a good day, Josh. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Bye bye. All right, everybody. I think I'm gonna get off, babe. I think. How'd you enjoy that?
It was good.
You have a good time? Okay, good.
Can I do a quick poll real quick before we get off and just see? So happy face for people that enjoyed the abortion topic and like enjoyed the conversation, and then sad face for people that were like, not really my thing. Do a different topic next time. Good. I'm glad that people were enjoying it. I think that it's just super important to kind of get this information out, and especially the information about like how law can truly affect women. And like, I could go through a whole live of just like going through the different things that have happened since Roe v. Wade of, you know, these women being harmed and, you know, lack of doctors. And I mean, and I think this is where it's super important to like go and listen to Parker's live and, you know, see why, you know, you shouldn't vote for Republicans, because these are the ones that are pushing these things, that are pushing more restrictive things onto women. And there's so much more to get into with all of this, but I am going to keep rambling if I do that. So, well, I appreciate everybody that came in and listened. You guys are all amazing. You guys were really respectful in the comments, and I actually kept a couple of your comments and wrote them down in my little document because there were some actually really good comments that were helpful, but I didn't want to cut off the guests, so I should have mentioned them, but I'm so sorry I didn't get to that. But no, I appreciate everybody that came in and watched, and go and raid Parker. If he's still on, I guess.
Yeah, he is. So. Okay, everybody. All right. Well, thanks everybody for being here. I will do this live again sometime and in the near future. But thank you all for being here for this short live, and I hope you all have a wonderful night, wonderful day wherever you are, and I will see you all later. Bye
Thank you
bye.
so much, guys.